here in the house. So I'm testing out the internet, I'm testing out all of the little things. So I hope that it's looking okay on your end. So welcome to Washington. This is my first month in Washington, and this has been the thing that I've been working towards for the past like 6 years. And we're finally here, and I'm super excited to show you guys around. I now have my own office. This is where my podcast is going to be, and I have so much planned now that I actually have space. Hello, Cypher, how's it going? It's so good to see you guys again. I have missed you guys so much, and this past month has been so crazy with, I can't even begin to tell you how crazy it's been planning to get here. And I'm finally here. I finally have like the basics kind of set up. What's up, Dustin? Oh, thank you so much. And I'm just so excited to come back. I've created a whole new schedule for myself, for my work, and I have tons of things planned, and I'm super excited. Now I can actually start. Now I can actually start working on all the things. So, we are officially in Washington, my friends. And I have my own, I got a new desk because mine broke in transit. So let me kind of show you. This is my new little desk. Let me push this in. So here's my little desk area, and Gino's been laying in my office, so I put down some blankets for him. This is gonna be like a little tea section, so I'm going to get a little tea cart and then my meditation pillows, and this will just kind of be a little chill chill area. And then this is going to be like my writing and planning, and then my work will be over here. And then I'm actually going to get an electric fireplace for here, like a white one, and I'm going to film a lot of content in here. So yeah, that's my space so far for my room. You guys want to see the rest of the house, at least the main parts of the house? I don't have everything set up in the house yet, so I'm going to show you the main parts. I'm going to show you all of downstairs, and yeah, we're going to take a little journey together. And my phone's been a little bit weird today getting this set up. I'm testing out like the internet connection and everything here, but comments have been a little bit, so comment, let me know that you're here. Let me make sure that I could see all of them. I did see them pop up for a minute, but I just want to make sure. Okay, they are working. Hello, Mr. James Lurie. Thank you so much. Still setting up the floating candles? Yes, I do think I want to set up the floating candles. I have like all of my decoration put away because once I got here, I'm like, oh, maybe I want to do something different. Who knows what I want to do? But yeah, I definitely love the floating candles. I'll show you guys some cool spots in the house. So let's get going. So again, this is where my little writing section, tea section, work, and I now have a guest bedroom so I can have people stay over. Hello, Gino. Here's the little guest bedroom that I kind of set up. It's messy because Gino's been laying on the bed, but now I have a little guest bedroom for people to stay at. And this is Chance's office. Hello. That's my room. It's completely messy right now, so I'll show you guys that in a little bit. Obviously I was doing some vacuuming and stuff, so ignore that. We have a little guest bathroom here. Hello. And this part I really love because this is a den, and I'm using it for Gino's bedroom right now. As you can see, he has a lot of toys. So yeah, this den is gonna be a reading nook eventually. I'm gonna get some bookshelves and like a really comfortable, just really loungy type of thing for this area, and it's gonna be a cute little like reading meditation nook. I have stairs. I'm so excited. So we're gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna show you the little living room. Got some plants in the little windows. Okay, here we go, my friends. We have this is just a little tiny bathroom for the downstairs. And then look, I have never had an actual like living room before that I can hang out in. I've been saving up to get this sectional and this nice rug for the living room, and we haven't learned how to turn on this fireplace yet. But we're gonna figure that out. Hope you guys tune to that Sasquatch energy where you're at. Oh yeah, Dustin, you're around here, right? You live out here, I believe. It's been a while. I'm touching base with everyone. But here's the kitchen. What's super cool about the kitchen is I have a freaking pantry. It's loaded up with all the teas, with all the snacks. Here's the little kitchen. And I just set up this table yesterday, this little bench table. So I've been loving that. I'll show you guys outside now that I actually have a little deck area. Let me get my shoes on. Okay. So here's the, oh, Jackson, Wyoming. Right. Haven't been to Wyoming in forever. How's it been out there? What's the weather like? Here we have our little deck. That's Juno's little couch that's drying because it's been raining so much. But look how beautiful. Look how beautiful this is. Look at the sky. It's been raining a lot. But it's so beautiful. I haven't seen this much green in a long time. Even just back here, we have they're doing some construction on the little yard. I have a blueberry plant. And this one's a strawberry plant, but it's a white strawberry plant. You might have heard of it called hula berries. But yeah, I'm growing some little plants out here. This does go all the way down on both sides. So I'm thinking of putting like turf or something down here once I get the yard cleaned up. Except all of this that you see is all blossoms from this tree. So if I do put turf on, it might be a little pain, but you know, just trees everywhere. But yeah, that's the outside backyard. And I don't think I've even really been able to show you guys our vehicle yet. Do you want to see our vehicle? As you guys know, we traded in our little tiny baby Mustang for a new vehicle that I've been manifesting, and the garage is a little messy right now, but this is the vehicle we have been working on getting. It is a Hyundai Santa Fe. So yeah, goodbye Mustang. And it's just so cool. Like, even still, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in Washington. I live in Washington. And then I go out there and I'm like, oh my gosh, we can all fit in the car. We could take Juno and we can all fit in the car, and it's cool. But yeah, that's the basics of downstairs and let me see, the main living areas. And then of course, as I work more on the house and everything and get everything set up, I'll show you guys more of it. Because it's just all under kind of construction right now, sort of. But I think we've made pretty good time for how long we've been here. We've only been here less than a month. And not only have we gotten the house almost all the way set up, but I'm already getting back into work, which feels really good. So yeah, and now we have room. And we're not stuck in a little tiny corner office. So it feels very good to have tons of room, and I'm super excited to kind of create content and to have very defined spaces instead of everything all shoved into like the same little corner. I'm really excited to have my own space, to be able to shut the door when I want to create content. For those of you who didn't know before, my office in Utah was basically just in like a little den. Like, it was basically where the dining room's supposed to go. But I made it into my office. And even though it did work for what I was going for, this is going to be so much more fun to film. We can now film like cooking videos. I can show you guys how I brew my favorite types of dream teas. And oh boy, do we have some teas. Teas to brew together. We have so many. And so there's just a lot more that we're going to be able to do together. And now that I'm here, now that I have space, I really want to run some experiments. The first one, awesome, sure feels right, stoked for you guys. Thanks, Dustin, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Dumping snow. Wow, that's what was happening in Utah. I saw someone post yesterday that it was snowing out there, so kind of crazy. Apparently we do get snow here, but it's maybe once a year or twice a year, but it doesn't like stick. So it should be pretty chill. It's been raining a ton. That's been nice to adjust to, because in Utah, I mean, it rains maybe for 30 seconds and then it's over. So it's been nice to actually experience the seasons here. And it's just so green. Like, I can't even remember the last time that I went live with you guys. I know that I didn't get a chance to do that last live stream in the apartments because everything just became super chaotic. We had less time than we thought that we had to get everything packed up and stuff. And it was just really hectic, and so I just barely got out of the craziness that I've been in the past month. We have all of our stuff set up. Dennis, what's up? And now, of course, the dream content and all of the other content will continue, and we'll be able to do a lot more together. So yeah, now I'm going to be able to run experiments, dream-wise and whatever else-wise. And as you guys know, cannabis is not legal in Utah, and they have a lot of dispensaries out here. And so I've been exploring out here, and obviously you guys know we talk about it all the time. Cannabis suppresses your REM sleep. There are ways that you can use cannabis and still dream, but it makes it really hard to lucid dream when you're using cannabis consistently. And so for the past week, I've been playing around with some new CBD and THC products. And now I am ready to really test out REM rebound and really do some little dream experiments with you guys here now that I have the space, I have the time, and we're just gonna see what we can create within that space. Like, I want us to push the limits of what we can do with our dreams and with our consciousness, and I think one key into that is exploring how it even works, especially under different circumstances. And I have I've gotten so many questions from you guys about dream recall and REM rebound and how we can balance, especially if you use like cannabis for medical reasons or whatever. There's certain people that need to be able to have that for pain, sleep, eating, whatever it is. And now I can actually play with it a little bit more and see how that state responds to different substances, different teas, different herbs. And so we're just gonna try it all. I'm so happy for you to be settled in, enjoying your new place. Enjoy yourself, by the way. Smoke it if you got it. So I will show you guys. We do got it. We have went to the dispensary a couple times. Just a couple. We're creating a little, just a little nice little cubby for when people come over or when we want to just chill. And yeah, I think now's a great time to kind of explore REM rebound more deeply, and also just new techniques and ways that we can work with our dreams. I want to hear from you guys. What is something that you are wanting to explore or experiment with your dreams? Is it new ways to talk to your subconscious mind? Is it easier ways to create spontaneous lucid dreams? Like, what is your goal, or what is something that you guys are exploring right now within your dream space? Because now I'd really love for us to be able to team up and put our heads together and do some tests or experiments together. I don't know if you guys have seen, but I now have a public Discord server for the community. Not everybody has Telegram, so now we do have a public Discord, and we do have the Telegram for the community to connect. If you guys have any video ideas, or if you have anything that you're wanting to explore more as far as your dream space or how you can work with your dreams on a deeper level, of course, leave that in the Telegram, the Discord, and I use basically anything we talk about for new ideas or to help answer your guys' questions about dreaming and all of the things. And I've been so out of what's it called? I've been out of practice, I guess, with making videos, consistent videos as well. So I'm gonna start with once a week, just like a regular, normal video on the channel, like an educational or a how-to video. Obviously, we're gonna have the weekly live stream, at least one regular video, a couple shorts throughout the week, and then the podcast, once it starts getting up and going, I want to at least do once a month for that. So I am now in the mode of figuring out what my schedule is, figuring out all of the different types of content I can even make here. And so if you guys have any suggestions or things that you'd like to see, definitely let me know, because now I have a kitchen to cook in, which I'm so excited about. I can't tell you how long I have wanted to be able to make videos in the kitchen, because I'm always cooking, I'm always baking, I'm always, let me see. Here's some of the tea that I've got. But I also get some nice loose leaves that I mix with my dream herbs, and I just kind of brew lots of interesting things. Lots of teas for my dreams, and so I would love to show you guys some of that for a video as well. But I'm just excited to be able to catch up with you guys again. I feel like it has been forever, and it kind of has. It kind of has. But I am back. We will be doing weekly live streams, and then of course, if anything comes up or we have to move the times around, then you guys in the Telegram will be the first to hear about it. But live streams will be continuing on Mondays. I think I'm going to keep it, so I've always marketed my lives live at 5, and that's 5 Mountain Standard Time. Still gonna be at 5 for me, but now it's gonna be a specific time. So it's going to be 1 hour later than usual. We're gonna test that out and just make sure that it feels right. Let's see. Okay, there's the chat. I figured out how to make it so the chat doesn't disappear. Would love to come on a live if possible. What do you mean? What do you mean? As in, you would love to do a live together, or like, I think you can like join live streams now. Is that what you're talking about? Yes, of course. And hey, yeah, master edits, by the way. Q&As are kind of always going, so we will have Q&A videos and stuff. But anytime I'm live streaming, feel free to ask any questions, and I would be more than happy to answer them if I can. Nice pantry. I know. I haven't had a pantry ever, so it is very nice. I have finally a spot to stock up all my tea, and I'm gonna have to start thinking of some cooking videos that we could do together. And also, I've been wanting to get Chance into one of these live streams, so we'll have to have him join sometime. And now I know that you guys may have heard me talk about poi spinning, but haven't really seen me spin. I had no room in the apartment. Now I have so much room to spin, so I'll definitely be doing some of that also. But yeah, how are you guys? What is up? Like, what the fuck is up? What is up? Okay, just gonna light a little incense here. I think there is a way to join in and be in on the live. I think so too. I've seen it before. We might have to test it out, like on a next stream or something, because I'm not sure how to do it right now. And the stream won't be crazy long, just because I didn't really have much planned besides show you guys around and chat with you guys a little bit. But yeah, we definitely have to get that figured out, because that would be super cool. I wonder how many people can join. You like a whole Zoom call going. But yeah, also now I actually live in a place where there's nature around. Juno! So we'll be able to take you guys with us on some cool little adventures. Hey Juno! He's getting used to being in a house. Even before we got him, like, he just turned 10, by the way. And we got him when he was 1. And I think he was in a kennel like his whole life until I got him, because he was just so anxious and scared of everything, and it was horrible. And now he went from that to an apartment to now a whole house, and he doesn't even know what to do with himself. Awesome, Dustin, thanks for coming to hang out. I didn't know how many people would come hang out, or who would come hang out, because it's kind of a new time, a new place. I haven't streamed forever, but it really is good to see all of you guys. And of course, I'm going to still be doing what I'm doing for the second channel, the Sleep Music channel. This one is going to obviously be more consistent now. And then once we get that up and going, I have a new project for a third channel that I think would be fun, and it's kind of just like a bedtime aid channel. Like, there will be bedtime stories, meditations for better sleep, just like things to help aid your bedtime experience, if that makes sense. So the 3 channels, this one will be kind of like a more personal educational channel. The second one will be your nightly sleep music, and then the third one will be like bedtime aid stuff. So that is my current plan for YouTube. I have so much to catch up on because it's been so long. So I am very fucking excited to see you guys again. But again, if you guys have any questions dreaming related, please feel free to drop them in the chat. Let's see. And then Eric, our mod, he'll be a little bit late to the stream, but I might not be streaming by the time he shows up. Okay, where is Juno? Oh, let me see. Juno! Look, they can actually see you. Why do I rarely get into sleep paralysis? I usually get stuck in that very intense feeling and vibration. I feel so close, but almost never manages to get paralysis. Let me ask you what you do once you feel the vibrations. What happens for you once you feel the vibrations? And do you get pulled out of the experience? Does it slowly kind of fade? Because for me, when I would get sleep paralysis but kind of be stuck in that in-between state, it was almost like my mind was too active and was kind of keeping me tethered to my body in a way. I'm not sure if that resonates with you at all. I know, right? He's so adorable. But I've noticed that usually when I'm stuck in my body in the vibrations, I'm kind of thinking too much about it. I'm tethering myself to my body in a way. And so what I would do for that is I would practice keeping your mind completely clear, as clear as you can in those states. And kind of what helps me is just focusing on the body or my breath, trying to clear your mind of trying to astral project, because I've noticed once I have an intention or a strong desire to want to astral project, or I want to lucid dream, sometimes that can almost prevent me from actually getting out. So what I have been doing is, obviously I have the intention to have an out-of-body experience or a lucid dream, but as soon as I lay down, once I'm getting into relaxation, I tell myself that the only thing I'm focusing on is feeling relaxed, allowing myself to fully let go and sink into the surface that I'm lying on. Like, feeling how grateful it is just to have that warm blanket on you. Like, shift your focus away from what you're trying to do and bring your focus to your immediate surroundings, and how your physical body feels, and maybe some of the sounds that you hear in your physical environment. When you feel stuck with, in the in-between stage of a technique, I definitely recommend Amen, flow state, got it, go, full Buddhist, do without doing. It really, it's crazy how that actually works. But yeah, the more that you can let go and just focus fully on your relaxation, the deeper you will get into relaxation. It's very hard to relax when you're trying to relax, right? Like, there, it's it's almost easier not to even try to relax, but just to shift where the spotlight of your awareness is. So, for example, and this could work even during the day when you feel your mind being more critical or something. You can, and this also works in techniques. Where is my spotlight? And by spotlight, I mean like the spotlight of our awareness. When we are in the middle of a technique or in the middle of a meditation, when we feel stuck, a lot of it is because we are trying to get somewhere that we are not currently at. That it kind of creates resistance. Now you have an expectation with yourself to reach a certain state. Sometimes that also creates the feeling of like feeling rushed. Maybe you're doing this when you are on a time limit. Maybe you're doing this, a few hours before work or when you have work the next day and it's super late. If there's anything that's like weighing on your mind, it's going to be a lot more difficult to actually progress out of that state that you're currently in. And so I try my hardest to almost even forget what I'm doing, like forget why I'm even laying down. And one way that I do this is as soon as I lay down, obviously I go through the steps to like relax my body and get myself relaxed. And once I really feel the heaviness of my body starting to grow, then I almost, it's hard to explain because it's not like I don't think about anything, but I don't even see myself as laying in my bed anymore. I have this visualization I do where I'm just floating through space and I just like completely let go. Like I relax every single muscle. I even relax my mind, like the muscle in my mind. And I don't know how to explain how it feels, but there's this certain inner muscle that you can relax. And it kind of is like releasing any energetic tension. And one way to help myself get into that is just to imagine that I'm weightless, that I'm floating in space. And when you think about what exists in space, there's really not a lot. Like, even when you visualize yourself floating in space, a lot of it is just black emptiness, just infinite space. And that's kind of what you want to create in your mind, like just infinite space. It never ends. And so, and here's another thing as well. I've talked about this before, but like when you're meditating and you have your eyes closed and you see, like, you're staring at your closed eyes, you're staring at that darkness under your closed eyes. That's a specific perception. But as soon as you close your eyes and you see instead the sky doesn't really have an end to it. You kind of don't look at it, but you see through it, you see into it. You all of a sudden feel this openness, this bigger space. And I do that when I'm meditating. So instead of just, okay, I'm relaxing, I'm laying down, let me just take some deep breaths, and I'm just laying on my bed, this and this, I completely break down the walls in my room with my mind. I just, like, try doing this next time you're in a meditation. Just imagine that you are floating, weightless, in a sky full of stars. And try to feel the vastness, like the distance, like there's no concept of space in space, as weird as that is, because it's so massive. It's hard to conceptualize what space actually means when there's nothing in the space, if that makes sense. And so a lot of the time, this mindset that kind of helps you let go can be induced naturally through changing your perception or visualizing you being somewhere else. I don't know, it almost trips your brain out where it kind of interrupts the pattern of like overthinking or trying to make something happen out of a certain technique. Anytime you feel yourself being stuck in a technique, anytime you feel like you can't relax, or anytime you just feel like you can't shift into the next state, ask yourself where your spotlight is. And your brain will show you exactly where your spotlight is, as in what you've been thinking about, what you've been focusing on in this technique, and just focus on putting your soul, your physical body, in another location in consciousness. Again, the one that never seems to fail for me is feeling that infinite space, floating in space. Like I literally just imagine myself, literally if I was just floating on the ocean, like I'm just in a pool of nowhere. And perceiving myself in infinite space helps my mind also adapt to that visualization, if that makes any sense at all. But really, when it comes to feeling stuck within the vibrations, a lot of the time it comes down to relaxation. Your mind's too active. Maybe you're not in, well, yeah, you're in the right state. If you're already feeling vibrations, then yeah, you definitely are in the right state. I was going to say, if you have been trying to induce the vibrations or sleep paralysis and you can't get to the vibrations and you just feel like you're stuck in that in between, then it's possible that you could be in another state. You know, we want to really be able to hone that half awake, half asleep state. And once you start to play around with it, it definitely gets easier to tell when you're getting closer to that. I'm curious if you practice Qigong at all. I do, along with my different breathing techniques to calm my brain. I find I can lucid dream easier by shutting down my brain. Yeah, it's not always Qigong. Sometimes it's like Tai Chi or just some sort of like somatic energy movement. So it's not always Qigong, but yeah, I definitely believe that helps. My heart beats crazy when it gets very intense. And you know what's crazy? I don't think that's actually your heart, because I've also experienced that, and it literally feels like it's beating out of your chest. It literally feels like it's beating out of your chest, and you can feel it so rapidly. But I got freaked out before when I was feeling that, and I like woke myself up, and I put my hand on my heart, and my heart was like slow. And what I've heard a million times is that like your heart is where a big energy center is, and so when you are about to have an out-of-body experience, it's like that energy center kind of gets activated in a way, and that's why we can feel more energy there when we're getting closer to inducing out-of-body experience. But yes, Zani, I've definitely noticed that energy work in some way helps my techniques go smoother. Like the last time that I had I guess you could call it a dry spell for astral projection, but I was kind of just getting stuck in the vibrations and I couldn't move past that. I remember trying out a ton of different things and doing my research, and I don't believe that we have to like obsessively focus on our chakra points, for example, our energy points in the body. But I do believe that we need to understand that our whole body is basically one flowing energy center. And we have to be, and energy is very, very real. And even if you don't work with specific energy centers or you don't call them your chakras or whatever, energy is very real. And emotions and thoughts and physical intensity can be stuck in the body, right? And so when we work with those energy centers in whatever way you choose, really clears up space in the body. I don't know how to describe it. And mine wasn't even like somatic. like physical movement like Qigong or Tai Chi. Mine was meditation, going through all of my different energy centers and clearing them. And that really seemed to help my out of body experiences. And so I think finding any way to move the energy inside will be helpful, but especially, yeah, some sort of physical movement as well. Because if you don't, and even working out is fine, because if you don't do any sort of physical movement, when we're having out of body experience, we are using our energy body. And if we haven't like physically moved our body in months, or we haven't been, caring for our diet, or we notice painful thoughts come up and we just keep shoving them down, all of that shit is just being stored inside. It's just being stored inside of your energy. And so there's lots of ways to clear energy, just like there's lots of ways that we muddle up our energy. It's not just one thing, but yes, somatic movement. I'm gonna pull this out. Somatic movement and just presence with where your mind goes and how the state of your physical body is extremely important for how we feel. And if we don't feel good, that will obviously either completely stop our experiences or it will make them very not flowy. I don't know if you've ever had a dream or a lucid dream when you weren't feeling very good, or maybe when emotionally you weren't feeling very good, or whether it's an out-of-body experience or whatever. They're very foggy and cloudy, and I think that's kind of a representation of our inner world. I think it's interesting how that's shown to us in these experiences we have. Let me see. Have you had a lucid experience in the new house? I haven't had a lucid experience yet. I have been trying some new cannabis products the past week or so. But one interesting thing from that is I have absolutely been dreaming through that, which is interesting. As you guys know, I don't use like cannabis products all the time because obviously it's completely detrimental for me, it can be a lot of things. Obviously, it's very fun and I like it and it's super chill and I love dabs and all of that. But my dream recall obviously suffers. My routines kind of start to go out of whack, and I really desire that connection with my dreams. That really, I can't tell you, when I feel really connected to my dreams, I feel really connected to a part of my inner self that I think, I don't know, comes out the most in my dreams. It's like there's this part of myself that I don't interact with a lot in the waking state that I connect to a lot in my dreams. And when I go a long time without dreaming, I literally feel like something's missing in my life, or I just don't feel right. It just does not feel right. So no, I haven't had any lucid experiences yet, but I have been dreaming pretty much the entire time. And now that I am here, I definitely want to start experimenting with my lucid dreams in new ways. Eric, what's up? Oh, so good to see you. What is up? Oh my goodness, what the fuck is up? To put yourself in space sounds great. I will definitely try that. Sonny, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. And let me know how that works for you. That's like the thing I use always. Yoga and cold plunge. Yes, cold plunges, yoga. I mainly breathe faster because I think I'm not getting enough air. So when you can't breathe in like sleep paralysis, the reason why you think you're not getting enough air is because when we are in sleep paralysis, our body is actually asleep, but our mind is awake. And when our body is asleep, we notice a lot of things that happen to our body all the time. It's a natural part of our biology, but since we're awake to observe the sleeping body, it can kind of freak the conscious mind out. And one thing that happens when we're sleeping is our diaphragm the muscles in our diaphragm kind of relax because we don't need to take in as much oxygen when we're sleeping. And so it feels like this heaviness or tightness in our chest, but actually you're just observing what the body does every single time you're not conscious of it. Like every time you are asleep, we go through REM sleep 4 to 5 times every single night. And every time we go into REM sleep, which is the stage of sleep in which we dream, we also experience sleep paralysis. And so if you experience one of those states consciously, then it's definitely going to feel different. And it can be really easy to freak ourselves out. But the most important thing that I'd remind yourself is that your body knows what you're doing. The body knows what it's doing. And it goes through this process several times a night. So even though it feels like we can't breathe, maybe in meditation, just to practice, you can practice just allowing yourself to breathe your normal depth of breathing. Because sometimes you'll notice that you breathe a lot more shallow when you're not paying attention. Maybe just become aware of when that's happening, and a lot of the time, like when you're waking out of sleep and stuff like that, you'll notice it. But just try to be with it instead of try to change it, and you'll be able to rewire your brain so it's not as scared of that side effect, because you've willingly put yourself in that experience again to show your brain that it's totally safe and it's totally fine. Eric, do you want to see the house? I can walk through it again to show you. To that point, I remember Rohit mentioning, oh yeah, it's based primarily on one's internal sounds and connection to the universe. Maybe that could help with the mind awake. Oh, interesting, Eric. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll show you again. First, so this is, first of all, we do have a deck now. We have a backyard in general, which is so cool. I put up lights the other day. But here is the living room. Look at that little thing that holds little cups, and I just thought it was so cool. And look at this little thing. Oh, you sweet baby. Okay, so this is the living room. And guys, I have the apartment tour already filmed. So, but I haven't posted it. So now I'm going to probably just make the apartment tour into like a then and now video, because now I'm already here and I don't want to just post the apartment tour without context. So this is the kitchen and the living room. I don't know if you've seen the car yet, Eric, but I've never been able to show you guys the car before. This is what replaced the Mustang. Super cool. Can you see inside? And tons of trash, so you know. All right, and I can't show you guys the whole house today just because there's some rooms that are super messy still, like my bedroom, Chance's office. Oh yeah, look, I have a little door. I could hide all my snacks and my secrets. We're just using it for storage right now, but I thought that was cool. A little doorway under the stairs. This is for Gino when he needs help getting on the bed or something. But here we go. You see him? All right, we're going up the stairs. And immediately to your right, ignore the vacuum. There's a little den, which it's eventually going to be a reading nook. But right now, it's Gino's little, little bedroom. Did I sweep for ghosties? They're all welcome. They're all welcome here. We got a little hallway bathroom. My room, which is very crazy and messy right now. This is just a coat closet, laundry. Chance's office, he's working right now. This is the guest room. I have a guest bedroom. It's kind of messy because Juno was laying on it. But then I have some little dream books, just in case you want to read a book. And here's my little office. I got all my poi here for when we spin some poi. Right here, I'm gonna get like a cool little sleek white little electric fireplace and like a rug. This is Juno's bed in my room for now. Hey. Right here, I'm gonna make a little, right, Eric? I know I haven't even been here for a month and I feel like I'm really proud with how much it's come together already. So I'm gonna have a little tea cart thing, and then haven't really figured out exactly what yet, but this I'm not letting myself make my entire house maximalist like I had it before. So I kind of made this my little maximalist shelf where I can show off all my little things that I like. And then yeah, it's just gonna be a little zen little thing. Here is going to be, I ended up deciding to keep my old desk, and then I'm going to make it into like its own little journaling area. So this will be kind of like planning content, journaling, study, and then that will be my little production area for now. But yeah, that's the basics. And it really has been it really does feel very established for how long I've been here, which that's also a thank you to Chance's mom because they did drive up with us. I haven't seen you guys forever. I like don't even know where to start. You guys haven't even heard about the whole ride up here. It was 13-hour drive, and Chance's dad drove up. He drove the U-Haul up here, and he helped us set it up. And then a day later, Gail, Chance's mom, flew down and kind of helped us make it more homey. So she helped me figure out some of the kitchen and just help start, adding her motherly touch to everything. But have you been in the attic? No secret shrines up there? So I did find the attic. The attic is in my closet in my bedroom. So we're gonna have to experiment. And you want to see another secret? Maybe we'll have to also see what's in here. But we have an attic, and I found the crawl space. I was like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, I see this, and I'm like, oh, there's treasure. There's treasure in here. So yeah, we're gonna have to test, we're just gonna have to explore. This is how movies start. Yep, and it's happening. Now, I'll just have to make sure I'm live streaming when I go in the attic and the crawl space, just in case I die or something. Your dreams are literally manifesting in reality. How cool. That's what's so crazy, guys. One good point I want to make with this is I want you guys to know that whatever you can hold in your mind, you can create in your life. I cannot tell you, I've never lived out of Utah. This is my first time, and I cannot tell you how fucking hard I worked for this. I worked so hard to get here, and it took like 6 years. But what's so interesting is we got denied for a couple places just because someone got to it first, and I was like really distraught about it. But then when we came here, I realized that this was the place the universe was getting ready for us, and that's why we didn't get the previous places. Like, I'm telling you, I wrote a fucking checklist of all of the things that I desire in a home, as far as like location, safety, even the color of the home. I'm obsessed with blue, as you can tell, always. And I'm like, you know what? I want a little blue house, and I want to be somewhere that's super safe and kind of secluded, but at the same time near everything, so that we can just kind of be in our own little bubble. And I literally created a list of like my monthly budget, like the area, like how I want to feel here, even the little things, the little room under the staircase was also something I wrote down on my list, because I don't know if you guys know who Jenna Marbles is, but Jenna Marbles, years ago, she made a video where she turned the room under her stairs into a cool bedroom for her dogs. Oh, look at the weather right now. Are you kidding me? It's like kind of crazy. But I was like, you know what? Let's just put that on the list too. And guess what? It had every single thing that we put on the list. Besides a hot tub, which is something I can buy someday. So it doesn't have anything to do with the house. But I thought that was so cool. So got around, glad you guys are down and seeing the astral. See you, Dustin. See you. Thanks for hanging out. Daily streaks of manifestation have become more common for me. Ooh. I'm looking to your example for carrying on larger projects. Sometimes it's still shocking. I'm telling you, like, I'm looking forward to your example. Oh, like larger projects as in like bigger goals. This was definitely by far the highest goal I've ever set for myself. Once I got here, I didn't even know what to start creating after that. Like, this is the highest goal that I've ever set for myself, which was just to get out of Utah and to get into my own place. I've never lived in a house before. Obviously my family home I grew up in, but like I've always been in like studios or like apartments, and I just want you guys to know that regardless of what seems possible or impossible, I promise you, if you can make it real in your own mind, I promise you the universe will show you literal magic and bring it in. And there's a lot of pieces, I feel like, to, for example, like hitting our goals or manifesting and creating the life of our dreams. And you're going to notice when you set goals, your mind tells you all the reasons why you can't do it. That's the first thing you're going to notice, is you're going to set big goals for yourself, but then that voice, that critical voice, is going to come in and be like, oh, well, we can't do that because I don't know how to do this skill, or we don't know how to do this or this or this. And what your brain is actually doing is giving you all of the juice that you need in order to know everything that's standing in your way. So the only thing that's going to set apart you feeling stuck to having clarity is knowing that you're not your mind. If you listen to those limitations that come up when you set those goals, and you believe that that voice is you, that's where you're going to feel stuck. But if you can see that your brain is giving you all of the reasons, all of the little things of why you can accomplish this thing, guess what? It just gave you a checklist. It just gave you those micro goals to be able to hit that bigger one. And like, I swear, probably more than half of the experience of like manifesting anything is, number one, making yourself believe it, but number two, like creating the internal environment that can support that external goal. Like, more than anything, I would say, and you guys know, I've talked about this so much. When I talk about creating the life of your dreams or manifesting, you don't really want to think about just that end goal of having that thing, right? You want to look at the person that you need to be in order to support that thing and to allow that thing to grow and to blossom into even bigger and better things. It starts with the person you are being. And that gives you a lot of control, because now, instead of like, oh, I can't accomplish my goal because I don't have that thing or this, all of a sudden it now gives you all of the power back, and it's like, who am I right now? And who is the person that I am creating? And who do I have to be in order to have this? And I promise you, whatever we see as bullshit from the brain, whatever surfaces in that is the work. It gets brought to you when you set goals, when you tap into your desires. You don't have to work through your limitations and your negative beliefs before you set your desires. No, you want to do that after you set your desires so you can know what's even coming up in the first place and preventing you from not only feeling aligned with that goal, but taking aligned action to kind of get there. But I promise you a lot of it is just the personality of who you are. Joe Dispenza talks about this a lot. He says your personality creates your personal reality. And your personality is made up of the thoughts you think, the behaviors you have, and the feelings you feel. And those are all, that's what makes your personality. How you think, act, and feel. Those are totally things we can change. And if you guys remember, the model that I've kind of walked you guys through, our circumstances, whatever the circumstances are, those are going to generate thoughts, right? Those thoughts are going to create feelings in the body, especially if we believe those thoughts, right? Every feeling you have has a thought tied to it. So keep that in mind. If you have been feeling like irritated or agitated and you can't figure out why, and I also do coaching with a coach who does mind management work, and this is always something that we talk about. And even Brooke Castillo of the Life Coach School. If you guys know what I'm talking about, this is like a coaching model that they teach their students to help them self-coach through any issue. Whatever your circumstances are, that's going to create a thought, right? Those are going to generate thoughts. Those thoughts are going to create feelings in your body. However you feel, that's going to determine the actions or the behaviors that you have, and the actions or the behaviors that we have get us our results. So it all stems from the thoughts that we have about our circumstances. That's what causes our results. So if we change our thoughts about our circumstances, or we learn to shift our perception of our circumstances, that will not only shift our thoughts and our feelings, but our actions and our results as well. And so I'd say one of the things that caused me to feel stuck for so many years was not knowing how the fuck to understand what was going on in my mind. It felt so chaotic. Every single thought that came in, I believed was me. And little did I know, I just wasn't either trusting the situation, which came in the form of anxiety, or I was just letting all of these soundtracks of thoughts play in my mind until literally I was driven insane. I'm sure that you guys can relate. That's just how it is being a human. We're going to have thoughts come in that are judging the circumstances that we're in. But if you learn how to work with your thoughts, anytime you have a negative thought come up, instead of just, oh, that shouldn't be there, I'm going to journal about that later. Talk to it in the moment. Talk to yourself and correct that perception. Literally in the moment. And that will help you rewire your brain a little bit more and more each day. So you're starting to create a new soundtrack that's playing. Look for the good things all around you. Look for things to celebrate yourself with. Even if you woke up on time, hell yes, you woke up on time. That is your first win for the day. Like, hype yourself up. The more you can hype yourself up and implement new types of thoughts, you're going to notice different feelings arising in your body, and you're going to feel so much more ready for the day. You're going to feel so much more capable, and the work you do is also going to be a ton better as well, because you've created a new voice in your head that is now here to support you instead of tell you every single thing that you're doing is wrong. And a lot of the time that isn't even your voice. It is a voice that you have learned from someone or something in your experience. You can be your biggest cheerleader. And I want you guys to know that I have seen magic happen. Like mind-fucking magic, where you're like, how in the hell did that even happen? Whatever you can hold in your mind, I promise you, even if you think it is impossible, if you can create a reality in your mind where that exists and you're in that reality, like if you can really start to play with having that thing in consciousness, I promise you, you're going to notice little things that change. Whether it's just your internal environment, the thoughts and the feelings and the behaviors you have, but also weird synchronistic opportunities that, what the hell, somehow line up with exactly where you see yourself going. I promise you, when you take the first step of just like saying what you desire, the universe will move also. But so often, like, we wait for the universe to give us a sign but we don't even practice creating what we want first. So we're just seeing what the universe can give us. I'll see what I deserve or what I can, but I don't know. Getting rid of that uncertainty, I promise you, you will notice a lot of, it's almost like the universe also gets more certain about decisions and things that come into your life once you do. Like once you know what you desire and start to create a path of who you need to be in order to have that thing. Like, I promise you, it's so crazy. It just starts coming in piece by piece. And again, don't worry so much about the physical steps. Look at the gap between who you are right now and who that version of you is that has that thing. Just focus on that. Just the person that you are. Don't even think about the logistics of it. Don't think about the money part. Don't think about the location part. All of these things, I promise you, can change way faster than we believe. Think about the person who you are being. And I promise you, like, you learn so much about yourself when you do this work. Like, for example, me, I noticed that I still deal with anxiety, It's a lot better than it was, thank God, but I definitely still deal with it. But my thing was just like, I was seeing things in the slightly wrong way. And this has been like years. Even still, I'll catch myself perceiving something in a way that stresses me out when the actual thing is not very stressful. It's just how I'm perceiving it. It could be anything, dude. It could be anything. It could be someone coming to come visit you and stay for 4 days, but all of a sudden your mind's like, oh, well, they can't come and stay for 4 days because the morning that they come, I have this call I have to have. And like, that would just stress me out. And you're letting your brain completely overload your own mind because like, it just needs that voice to help correct its perception. Your brain, a lot of the time, your mind is just throwing shit out to see what makes sense to you. It scans the environment, it scans your physical circumstances, and it says, oh, well, this person probably hates you because they viewed your message and never replied. It starts to create problems. There's more problems we're creating than actual problems that actually exist. And I noticed that I would do that to myself all the time. Like, even with work, like, I create my schedule. I can choose how I want to do things, but even still, sometimes I feel like I notice my mind getting so stuck in one way that it thinks it has to do things, that it causes me so much stress and thinks that there's problems where there's literally not any problems. And you know that feelings can change instantly in the body, right? Like, you know that things aren't always what they seem. Maybe someone didn't reply to you. Maybe someone did leave you on red. And then all of a sudden, the whole day, your mind is just going about, oh my gosh, like, oh, this person hates me now. I should formulate a long message of like, what I meant to say. And like, it just creates this whole world of issues. And then you're feeling this intense, gut-wrenching feeling in your belly. And then later that night, they're like, oh, hey, dude, sorry, I was just at work. What's up? And there's no problem at all. You spent the entire day, like, in the pit of your stomach, like, feeling complete dread, when it turns out you're totally fine. Like, nothing actually happened. I can't tell you how many situations there are actually like that in your day-to-day. There's so many things that we spend all of our time worrying about and stressing about, that causes more uncertainty in our goals and who we are and what we're capable of than what's actually happening, if that makes sense. Oh, Nathan, how's it going? Glad I caught the stream live. New house looks awesome. Thank you. It is so amazing. Thank you so much. I am so excited to have space. I can spin and I won't run into anything. But now I can get dizzy and fall on a hardwood floor. So I gotta be a little bit careful. Let me see. Hello, Nerfy. How are you? How are you? How are you? So, yes, when it comes to, um, again, and one of the most important things is just to get used to watching your mind. And what I'd really recommend, I have a whole playlist if you guys ever want it. I don't know if you guys have heard of Michael Singer. He is the author of The Untethered Soul, The Surrender Experiment, and Living Untethered. Literally, my favorite spiritual teacher. And I have a whole, I don't even know how many videos, maybe at least 100. And they're like an hour-long talks that he does at the Temple of the Universe, which is a meditation center that he founded in the 70s. And his teachings are so beautiful because it is all about watching your mind and realizing how neurotic it is and how it has actually nothing to do with what you're capable of doing. Like, and once you start observing the brain, the mind, once you start observing the mind and the things that it's saying, you realize it has nothing to do with you. And it will keep going even if you're there or not, right? And a lot of the time, like, I was gonna say more than half. It's like 99.9% of the time, what's happening up here, your mind is completely misunderstanding the situation. And there's a statistic that actually helps me feel better. Also, my phone is about to die, so let me take it upstairs. I think it was like 80% of what we worry about doesn't actually end up happening, and like 18 or 20% of what happens is actually better than what we expected. And I try to remember that a lot, because a lot of the things your mind is saying it has literally nothing to do. It doesn't even have like a memory bank to really be able to analyze situations. It just sees your physical surroundings, and it just sees like what's directly in front of you, and it determines your possibilities off of that. It's completely wrong. And Michael Singer, I listen to him every single morning, and he's completely changed my life. But it's all about observing the mind and how there's always that natural state of peace and excitement and bliss. We can experience that every day, in every moment. It's not like we need to find it. We just need to uncover it. And what's covering it up is all of the random thoughts and ideas and judgments and preferences. That's the main thing that Michael Singer says creates suffering, is by having all these judgments and preferences about how the moment in front of you needs to be in order for you to feel okay. How crazy is that? Like, when you think about it, it actually is like that. Even when people don't reply, right? Even when people don't reply, we don't know why they're not replying, but we have preferences or judgments about what is happening, and that causes us to not feel like we can handle the moment as it is. And when the brain thinks that you can't handle something, it goes into fight or flight. But how beautiful is this? You'll notice an immediate difference in your body when you say, I can handle this. I can handle this. Next time you're in a situation that you feel like is completely stressing you out, or you feel like you can't handle it, just notice what happens when you tell yourself, oh, I can handle this. Just watch. I'm telling you, the state that we desire is a second away. It's a thought away. It's a shift away. And what I would recommend, as far as if you're wanting to really align with your desires and to create the life of your dreams, which we all deserve, you absolutely can. I never want you to feel like there's something you can't do. But if we really want that, we need to start observing what's going on up here. Because I promise you that affects everything else in the body. And again, anyone who's just joining, your circumstances, whatever circumstances are happening, our circumstances generate a thought, right? Or at least one thought, but our circumstances generate thoughts. Those thoughts are what create our feelings. So if you let negative thoughts go in your head, guess what you're going to feel inside? Your feelings are going to be in alignment with your thoughts. Your feelings will always be in alignment with your thoughts. So if you aren't feeling in a way that you desire, it's because there's thoughts up there that are generating that feeling. In order to get a new feeling, you need to create new thoughts. And I would love to dive deeper into this. If there's anyone who's resonating with this or cares about this, I would love to do like a whole, I don't know, maybe a whole video sometime on my process of working through a negative thought, or like rewiring the brain, and managing your mind. But yeah, I'd say that's way more important than like looking at the physical circumstances of like, okay, how do I get to this goal, or how do I get here? Really focus on the person that you need to be. And again, first, just set goals. Set your goals, and then the resistance will come up. Okay, my goal is to make $5,000 a month. My goal is to move to Washington. My goal is to, like, whatever it is. But it's like, oh, I can't do that because of this, because of this. Make sure you're writing all that down. Okay, thank you, brain. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for bringing all of the limitations or perceived limitations to my awareness. So now I have a great checklist of everything that I need to know in order to get to actually where I want to go. Those thoughts that we perceive as negative are actually showing us exactly what we need to shift in order to align with the life that we desire. I know when I talk about this, I start getting ranty, so I hope that it resonates. They need to hear this. Did I have to be reached? Who do I have to be? Yes, remember that. Who do I have to be? And you can even just take it day by day. Who do I have to be today to have the type of day that I deserve? Like, start your day off like that. How do you want your day to go? What is important for your day? And what kind of actions or decisions do you need to make to be that person? Like, for example, I always talked about my Washington self, right? The person that I would be in Washington. Who is she? How does she handle problems with other people? How does she talk to herself? What are her habits? What time does she wake up in the morning? And it totally brings the focus back on you, which is way more productive than like trying to change external circumstances so that you can create something inside or in your life. It doesn't work that way. We're taught that it does. It doesn't. And I promise you that if you change your internal environment, the external environment has no choice but to change. And I know it seems weird. I know it doesn't, like, being human, we are taught to have such, like, a limited perception on what is possible, But I'm telling you, I also thought that, but I'm telling you, Washington came so fast. I worked so hard for like 5 or 6 years to get here. And I really focused on like the person I need to be. And I had a lot of fucking shit I had to work through. And of course I still do, and all of us do. But like emotionally, there was so much there that like wasn't healed. And I had so many judgments about myself and like how things had to be done. And like even this year. And so as stuff comes up, that's the work. If you have stuff coming up that doesn't feel good, like thoughts or feelings, that means shit is moving. That is good. That is good. You want these things to come up. You don't want them to stay inside. You do not want them to stay inside. I promise you, you want these things to come up, because once they come up, you can become aware of them and you can release them and you can integrate what you learned from that thing. So start to get curious when you notice, oh, that's weird. That person said something and that like triggered me for some reason. Things don't have to be serious. It's okay. We all have triggers. We all have things come up that we don't understand, whether it's a thought or a feeling. You're human. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. That's exactly what's supposed to happen to help us grow, is to have these things surface. And it makes it so much easier because now you don't have to try to journal and like meditate and go into a hypnosis to bring up all of these negative beliefs or limiting beliefs. Setting your goals and creating clarity in your life and thinking about the things you actually desire, that's going to cause the things that don't align with that to come up. And that's where the work is. Just write it down. Great. Thank you so much, brain. You're really helping me by showing me everything that I need to work through in order to get to where I want to get to. We think our mind's against us. It's actually helping us. It just presents the information in a way that we're not used to seeing. But I promise you, if you have things coming up, it is because that's the only way for them to be released. Just don't let them go unnoticed, because awareness is way more than half of the work, I promise you. And once you start to notice, like, your mind being neurotic and all of these, like, intense, fast thoughts, when you're not even paying attention, that your mind is not you. You are the one that notices that your mind is being overreactive and neurotic. You are not overreactive and neurotic. It is your mind. You are the one who sees it. You are the one who notices. And when you notice that overthinking or that intense judgments or whatever's coming from your mind, sit back into the seat of awareness and watch it. I promise you, it gets weird. It gets weird once it realizes you're watching. It's literally like another entity. Like, once you start watching your mind and not like engaging with it, but just being curious and noticing it, it gets quieter. And once it gets quieter, you now have more awareness and control of like what is playing in that mind all day. I promise you, the seeing is the doing. Once you become aware, that kind of like kickstarts everything, if that makes sense. So set your goals for the life that you want to live. How do you want to feel? Don't even focus on like, I need to make this much a month. Just focus on how you want to feel. And sure, you can write down those bigger goals if you have get very specific with your goals. Because the more specific you are with your goals, the more specific your mind will be with the limitations it brings up. And of course, the more specific it is, the more information you have to actually work through those things. I promise you, and it's so much easier than we think once we actually know what's going on in there. It's just when we try to sift through it consciously, that's when it starts to get like, okay, which one is me in here and which one is my mind? It's all your mind. It's all your mind. And even when you notice that the mind's being crazy and you're like, oh my God, my mind is so unhinged right now, that's also your mind talking about itself in that way. So try not to get too caught up in it. Just remember to go back in as the observer into the seat of self. And I promise you, the work will come to you. You won't have to search very far for it. Okay, let me see. Oh, Shelby, how are you? When are you gonna come see me? Everyone tells you to quit smoking, and then they can tell you all the reasons why you should quit, but as soon as you tell yourself to quit, you will. I did. Yes, Sardi! Yes, that is so true, because your mind is not gonna fucking really care about it unless it comes from you. Once you say something, then your mind knows that it can believe it. But yeah, that's so true, and that's why we have to be our biggest cheerleader, you know? And as good as it is for other people to tell us specific phrases or affirmations, when it comes from you, it feels so different. Because it is. And the more you tell yourself something, even if it's hard to believe it at first, like telling yourself even like saying how proud you are of yourself, and how, like, for those of us who haven't been taught to talk to ourselves in that way, it's hard at first. It's hard. And the more a thought repeats in your mind, guess what that does? It becomes a belief. So just like we let negative bullshit thoughts go around in our mind constantly and those become beliefs, we can also choose what beliefs we want by kind of having that thought replay every single day. And so really think about the thoughts that you want to actually truly believe about yourself. Even if you don't believe them right now, what do you want to believe about yourself? What do you want to believe about your life? What do you want to believe about your potential? And create your thoughts and your affirmations out of that space. And then the more that you ingrain those every single day, you're going to start to notice that now it's creating a feeling It's creating a feeling in your body. And once you start to really understand what those feelings are, you now know the difference between, okay, this thought is going to create this type of feeling, this thought is going to create this type of feeling. You can create you and your life just like you would paint on an empty canvas. I promise you, who you are is perfect in itself, but who you think you are is something that can be changed, because who we think we are is not actually who we are. Who you are is perfect and whole and complete and at peace and full of love, literally just bursting out the seams constantly. And if you aren't feeling that way, it's just because that light is covered up with things that aren't actually you, but we believe that we were those things. And now that you know that everything that's going on here has nothing to do with you, it'll now be a lot easier to let it go. But the long-winded point to this was I've worked really hard to get to Washington. It's been my biggest goal. I can't tell you how much blood, sweat, and tears I've shed to get here, and how many hours of work I've put in to get here. But the biggest thing I would say is how I talked to myself, the way that I would let myself feel, and learning to feel my feelings and not avoid, because it can be very difficult to feel our feelings and to really hold space for ourselves. But the moment I started feeling my feelings, I started realizing how much I haven't let go of past situations, because obviously those feelings I recognize them. And just learning how to feel my feelings, I can't even begin to describe. It was like a whole other part of myself came to life and now was able to communicate with me. I don't understand. It's very hard for me to describe, but just learning to hold space for yourself and understand, you don't even need to understand what you're feeling. Just let yourself, instead of running away from it, sit down, literally, allow that feeling to completely take over your body. Dive into it as if you wanted to feel it. Grab onto that feeling as if you wanted it and feel it fully, and then it will go away faster than you can even try to fully feel it sometimes. And that's how you process a feeling, is you, instead of running away, you dive fully into it. And then who knows, it may last a minute, it may last an hour. So much better than years and years and years being stuck inside. That's what happens when we just kind of avoid our feelings and we just start piling it all up in there. But I started practicing feeling my feelings, regardless of if it was anger because of something someone said, or I was feeling sad or frustrated. I just sat with myself and I just noticed where in my body I felt it, what qualities it kind of had. Does it feel more tight? Does it feel more soft? Really, really allow yourself to feel your feeling. And I tried to create so much clarity on that feeling as if it was its own person, and it's almost like it helped that feeling feel seen. And I don't know, it just started getting easier to let things go after that, to feel something and then to move past it without even me thinking about it. And I realized it was because I was finally learning how to feel my feelings and be present in my physical body when I needed me, when my inner self needed me, instead of running away. Kind of practicing being a parent to myself, I guess is a good way to put it. But I can't even tell, it's almost like feeling all those feelings cleared up physical space in my body that allowed more to come in. I don't know, very crazy. I hope that this makes sense. What are you talking about, Shelby? Oh, Shelby, I thought someone else said. Shelby's my IRL friend, so if he's unhinged, that's why. We've known each other for 13 years. We met in school. My bestie, gotta come see me sometime. Okay. It keeps fucking disappearing. Okay. Jacob says, how's everything going since you moved to Washington? I doubt you remember me reaching out, but I'm from Spokane. We've communicated before. I do, Jacob, and it's been amazing. I love it. I can't even describe how I feel about it. I'm in the Camas area and like Camas, Vancouver area, and it is just so beautiful. The people are so nice. The weather is like magical. Like when I first moved here, I like that's when all the cherry blossoms were blooming. So I like pull in to my neighborhood and it's like gorgeous. The sun's like breaking through the clouds. The cherry blossoms are like blowing in the wind and I like could cry. It was just such a magical moment pulling up to the house for the first time and it just feels so good to just feel connected to the place that I'm in. Because, you know, when I was in Utah, it's like I had to like go walk a while to see a tree. One. And just being in a park, I just realized how isolated I was. Like coming here, I was able to see where I was in a totally different way, and it feels so beautiful here. We went to Lacamas Lake, and it was so beautiful. There's like just everywhere I look, it's just beautiful. And I'm very grateful because it took a lot to get here. Like every night for years, I fell asleep imagining that I was in Washington. Like, especially like after my grandma died, like that was the only thing that was like really preventing me from feeling ready to move to Washington was like going without her. And ever since I moved here, I've been having dreams of her. She's definitely let me know that she's here and that she's proud of me. And it just feels super cool to know that like magic is fucking real. Magic is real. There's no, in my mind, there's like no possible way that I could have received exactly what I was manifesting. I'm telling you, I had a checklist just for fun. I had a checklist to see what could be possible if I just believed that it could be. Like, let me create my perfect house down to the fucking color. And guess what color? Blue. Because my whole world has to be blue, okay? And I even told myself, if it's blue, I'm also going to know that that's a sign that it's for me. And it was blue. And I didn't even have to. We got denied for a house, and they called us and said that we were denied. But they're like, hey, but we actually have this other house, and you'll be first in line for it. And then the next day, over 100 people apply. And it's like perfect in every single way. It's like our price point, it's the location, it's like super beautiful and perfect for Juneau. Like it's everything that we could have wanted and more, like more than I even knew that I wanted. And I just feel so grateful. And I just want you guys to know that truly, I promise you that as soon as you start believing in weird magical fucking things happening, they will start happening. And all you have to do, again, is just start observing your internal environment, the thoughts that you let replay in your head all day, and getting clear on what life you want. Like, what does it look like? From the moment you open your eyes in the morning, what is it? Where are you? How do you feel? What's the first thing you tell yourself? How does your day go? Like, let me experience it through your eyes. And I promise you, if you can hold that image in your head, you will hold it in your hand. And I swear to God that I truly believe that. I truly believe that magic is real if we believe that it is. You're blue and that it. Yeah, I literally am like, that's my theme song. That's the theme song for my life. Just don't become dependent on it. Remember the power comes from inside of you, not outside. Yeah, and there's technically no outside. If that makes sense. Everything that we see and experience is, I feel like, determined by our internal environment. So you should never get attached, I feel like, to the external circumstances, really, because that's so dependent on your internal environment. And also that's something that Michael Singer talks about as well, is releasing judgments and preferences for the moment in front of you. As long as you have judgments and preferences for the moment in front of you and how it needs to be for you to feel okay, then that starts to create tons of discomfort, because not everything will always be a ton of things, a majority of things in life may not be as we prefer or as we think we prefer. But being okay with that and wanting that and loving being along with whatever the ride is, that's yoga, that's spirituality, that is true peace, I feel like. But as far as the external environment, I feel like when we should shift our focus to the external environment is about the potential of what it could be, like creating a world in our mind and living in it so vividly and so full-heartedly that it becomes your external environment. Let's see. So you're in Western Washington? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, southeast. I'm like 20 minutes from Portland. Yeah, Shelby, that's why we're friends. We're both unhinged. Or have you been there for any time we've hung out ever? Even the way that we met was unhinged. Our whole friendship has been that way. That's just how it is. What, Shelby? Outer reality, mirroring inner reality. It makes me think of that William Blake quote that Neville Goddard often repeats. Oh, and I love Neville Goddard. I love Neville Goddard. Yes, yes, yes. He's helped me so much too. The Feeling is the Secret, that book from Neville Goddard. It's exactly what we're talking about here. It's that internal reality. It's that maintaining a specific reality in consciousness so vividly that you can feel the feelings of being connected to that reality more than the one that you're in. For example, like even when it was really hard to be in my apartment in Utah, I would go to sleep and I would imagine that I'm laying in my bed in Washington, and I would imagine how I would create the feelings of relief that I finally got to Washington. Oh my God, I can't believe I actually did it. The excitement of how my day's gonna go tomorrow. And I'm not even kidding. When you really practice shifting your consciousness in that way, even when you close your eyes and you imagine that you're sitting over here instead of here, for half a second, I swear your brain almost gets confused and you can feel this shift. And that's also why it's an out-of-body technique, is because when we create a perception of being in a specific place so vividly, it kind of makes our brain believe that we're actually there. And I did that every single night for Washington. I imagined falling asleep there and waking up, and the feeling is the secret. The feeling is the secret, guys. I promise you. You are in Barbados. Yes, bitch. I love rain. I love rain. It's been raining a lot. I feel very blessed because when I when I moved here, it was like all the cherry blossoms were blooming and everything felt so magical. And I was like, oh, there's not too much rain here. Like people say, this is fine. Yeah, the following week it got very rainy. And it's been nice. I am very excited though that today is the first day that the sun's been out for a few days. So, and I'm very glad that you guys got to see a little bit of it too. Okay, let's see. You're somewhat a little ways from me. Come to Spokane sometime. I would love to. And hey, anytime you're down here, let me know. Anytime you're near Portland or whatever, let's go get some iced coffee, because now that I'm a Pacific Northwest girl, I'm on that iced coffee. I am on the iced coffee. You didn't get to see it. Oh, the weather. Shelby, I still need to give you you were late. I would have given you a tour. I guess I kind of already have through our messages, huh? We talk almost every day, so I'm sure. Oh yeah, Shelby, join Telegram. That's why you didn't see it. Yeah, I was really loving the shorts of all the deep green nature views. And you know what's cool? That was just kind of in my like immediate location. I haven't I have so many shorts that I want to create for the channel. Because there's so many national parks around here. Cannon Beach is like a super cool ocean spot. It's cool because beaches here, like Cannon Beach is in Oregon, and it's like you get that really beautiful ocean view, and then behind you is just all forest, just all deep, beautiful forest, and it's so cool. I've never seen a beach like the ones here. So there's tons of little videos coming, shorts, all of that. I'll try to take as much as I can as I'm going around. And of course, I'm just getting back into content. I feel a little bit rusty. It took me like 15 minutes to be able to figure out how to go live from my phone horizontal. So, you know, I'm a little rusty with creating videos, but I know that we're on this journey together and it's all fine. It's all okay. No problem, Shelby. Wow, probably get the best mix of the foresty air and salty ocean air. Yes, dude, and it's like moss is covering everything outside. Like even going on a walk just like around the block, like all of the trees and the ground is just covered in this beautiful moss. They have tons of ravens around here that are just like flying around being cuties. The air, yeah, it's so much different than I am used to because in Utah it's very hot and like dry. Like dry. I think our elevation in where I was like 5,000 something or 6,000 something. And now I'm at like 30. So definitely different. My hair feel. Do you guys notice? I can have my hair down here. In Utah, my hair was like way too dry and I had to always have it up. I can wear my hair down. It's been kind of nice. So yes, the air is definitely more suited for humans here, or at least suited for Haylee's here. And Juno loves it too, dude. Oh my God, Juno loves it here. I can't even tell you guys. That's every day in Utah when I would work. I even wrote this on my wall, like, do this for Juno, Washington, and Grandma. Like, one of the main reasons I wanted to make this happen was so I can give Juno a better life. And I really wanted to show him what life could be outside of an apartment and in a place where there's green everywhere and there's so much to do. And just seeing him enjoy it, I've cried a couple times. I'm just like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted. Thank you, John. I have mango tea. Oh my God, what? I have a mango sorbet candle lit right now. So yes, I love mango and you know I'm jealous. What the heck? What brand is it, John? My aunt and uncle used to live in Cannon Beach. The Goonies was filmed there. Wow. Well, they're in Austria, Oregon. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's so cool. Yeah, the first time I went there, oh, it was just so cool. Like that, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just, and the clouds, like it was kind of foggy that day, and so they were just seeping through all the trees, just spilling like milk, and it was just so cool. It was so cool. I've never seen anything like that. I'm glad you're a part of my life's journey. I would not know about Lucid Dreaming if not for you. Your hair is lovely too. It looks great while you're spinning. Sonny, thank you so much. And by the way, now I'll be able to actually make spinning videos, so I'm a little rusty, but I am very excited to make some spinning videos. And I even got some music custom made so I can spin for you guys without the worry of freaking copyright. So that might be kind of fun. Do a little poi spinning. Thank you, Zonnie, though. Zonnie, I'm telling you, it's really good to see you. I never forget you, and even though sometimes it goes a while without seeing you, as soon as you show up, I am just as excited. So thank you for coming to hang out. You've been a part of the community for so long, and it's just so good to see you again. Tiesta Maui mango. I had a bit of black tea in it. What? Oh my gosh. I got this new tea that's a blueberry lavender lemon balm. It's good. You know what we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to bring back Tea Time Talks, except this time, Tea Time Talks is gonna be way fucking cooler because now I can just go live and actually make my tea with you guys and sit and drink my tea with you guys in the kitchen. Oh my god. We're gonna have so much fun. I don't even know where to start. Maybe start by taking a breath. I'm so excited to see all my friends. And now John's got me thinking about tea. And now I have to go make it soon. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna have my little tea spot. I don't know exactly what I want to do with it yet, but I thought having a little tea cart, and then I love floor seating, like Asian tea tables and like floor seating. Oh, I love it. Like right now, I'm always sitting on the floor anyway. So I'd love to make a little cool tea spot. I'll take the blueberry. Oh, yes. Blueberry is my absolute favorite thing in the whole planet. Like, it kind of seems silly that, like, I'd be this obsessed with blue and be obsessed with blueberries. But it's my absolute favorite thing in the whole world. Anytime I see anything blueberry flavored, I'm gonna get it. Oh, yeah, lavender is a little more, like, I love lavender, but I love most herbs and floral scents and stuff. But yeah, lavender's a little more blueberry has this sweet creamy note to it, and lavender is more like a sharper floral scent. I don't know how to describe it. Am I doing good describing smells? I don't know. A sharp floral scent. Has that ever been said before? I've been having dreams about a lot of objects in the skies. Objects in the skies coming down here. Whoa. Have you played Zelda Tears of the Kingdom by chance? Because, kind of reminds me of it. Kind of reminds me of it. Yes, yes, Eric. That's a great way to describe it. Yeah, we'll have to do maybe. I know we haven't done tea time talks forever. But maybe next Monday we can do like a little tea time thing. Oh, so in Portland, Oregon, there's a Japanese authentic Japanese garden that's like huge, huge, and all of those plants were imported from Japan, and there's a lot of history about this garden. It was actually, I can't remember how long ago. It was during the war where they brought a lot of plants from Japan over to this area, to Washington and Oregon, to kind of save those species or something. And they ended up creating a whole I can't remember the exact. I'll let you guys know when I read up on it again. But yeah, it's all really incredible. Yeah, it's I don't know if you saw some of my shorts on it on the channel, but yeah, it's this big Japanese garden in Portland, Oregon, and you can walk through it. It's huge. And there's like an art exhibit in there. There's like an authentic tea house. And it's just so cool. I don't even know how. I've only been there once so far. But it's so badass, dude. But anyway, I brought that up because they have some cool tea sets there, like some super sick tea sets. And I'm gonna get one, and we're gonna have a tea party. My tea spot is a whole table with like 100 different ingredients. I mostly get loose leaf stuff and mix myself, but I do like some store blends. John, do you sell your tea blends? Because all this talk, I might have to get some of your tea blends and try it. No, but I do play video games. Jacob, what games do you play? Right now, I'm definitely jamming mostly Tears of the Kingdom. I played Hogwarts Legacy like 4 times. I'm on my 4th playthrough right now. And I have a cool PC that can handle PC games. Like sometimes I'll play games with Chance, like I haven't played for a while, but the finals and Dark and Darker and like FPS games and stuff like that I like, or RPGs. But right now I've just been like console gaming on the couch, just like playing my little Zelda Sorry if this is too. I'm holding I really need to figure out a better situation so I'm not like shaking it too much, but I'm holding a big tripod trying to make it stable. I think yours is bigger than the one in Houston, the garden. Oh, really? Yeah, this one's like multi-level. It took us, I think, an hour and a half to walk through, and it is cool. And I really went at the perfect time because that's when all the cherry blossoms were out. Um, but I'll have to try going back. I would love to go live at the garden. That'd be kind of super sick. Nobody makes tea like Lipton. You know, have you ever tried the Lipton citrus iced teas? I actually really like those. I love tea, guys. I love tea. I'm actually, this one's not like a hot tea, but I got this from Trader Joe's. It's a peach black tea that's really good. So that's one thing I'm drinking right now. And by the way, guys, I have a lot more of the house to show you. There's a lot of cool spots I want to show you. I just have to get them ready. They're just so full of boxes and stuff like that. Like my room, I'm so excited to show you guys my bedroom once it's done. And now I have a super cool bath for like cool goddess baths and stuff. It's so cool. I've been having a lot of, I love baths, but now it's an actual bath I can fit into, so that's pretty exciting. But I'll show you guys once it's not a complete mess. Ooh, I play sports, adventure, puzzle. I love puzzles. I love puzzle games. I love puzzles and platformers. Those are so fun. I don't know if you've played Alice Madness Returns, but that's a super cool platform psychological horror puzzle game that's based off Alice in Wonderland, and oh my god, it's so cool. But I've also played Souls-like puzzles, kind of like Hollow Knight and stuff like that. Superliminal! Superliminal! Yes! How could I forget? I've only played that game a gajillion times. I literally actually just beat that game again in one sitting. I think right before I moved. I remember just sitting for like 3 hours and beating it. That game, I would flip out if they came out with a second Superliminal or at least a DLC or something. Give me something. I love that game. That is one of my favorite games of all time. If you guys haven't played Superliminal, you're basically working with this company that is creating technology, like dream technology, and you're in a lucid dream. You're in a dream consciously, and you're basically helping them do research, and you're trying to escape out of the dream. It's literally like a cool, kind of like a platformer in a way, escape room. Oh. And it's so trippy and mind-bending, and it's all based on perception. Like, oh my god, it is so sick. I can't even. I love that. If someone could if someone could make more games like that, please, please. I never understood console games. PC is far. It's everyone knows that though. Anyone who says that PC is not superior doesn't have a good PC. Trust me, I definitely know, and that's why my boyfriend is the biggest gamer I've ever met in my whole fucking life. He's been playing game like literally. His dad is a huge PC gamer, so he's literally been playing games since like the day he was born. And so he definitely got me into PC games. And I used to even play World of Warcraft with him. Like we used to jam WoW all night. So trust me, I totally get that. And we used to play a lot of like Black Ops and stuff like that too. Even though that was console games, I think that's kind of what started getting me into gaming more, just in general, was some of the super cool FPS games we played. And then I got into more grindy games like WoW and all the other like MMO type games. There's a billion. Like Terra was one that I got into. Diablo is an MMO, but I like that series as well. So I'm definitely with you. I just don't play PC too much. Like I'll like if people are getting on to like the finals or Dark and Darker or 7 Days to Die or something like that, sometimes I'll jump on, but I love getting stoned, and sinking into the couch and playing Zelda on my weekends. That's just fun, okay? And even though I could kind of still do that at my PC, I don't know, it's just so fun to be downstairs and oh, Path of Exile. Yeah, I haven't really played that, but Chance played a lot of that. Conan Exile too. 7 Days to Die is super fun. Yeah, well, I'm super actually down to jam 7 days with you guys sometimes. Like, I'm not even kidding. And that is a game that I've told you guys I would love to play with the community sometime. Uh, it would be fun. I don't know how many people we can get in there. But see, I love games like that, like open world survivor or survival, like psychological horror games. They're fun. So games like that are super fun. I'm pretty much down to play whatever. Um, Probably not like Fortnite and stuff, but anything else, I'm kind of down to try. Um, 7 days is good for first-person zombies. Zombie gives my itch for depth, though. Okay, I'll have to try that. I haven't tried that one. Conan Exiles I have too. Oh, really? Dang. What was that? What was Valheim? Have you played Valheim? I played that for a little bit. Me and Chance played that for a little bit. Pal World, I also tried. And Pal World was fun until I heard that huge tree, it was pointless. It's like this huge tree that you could see all across the entire fucking map. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna grind and get my flying mount so I can finally go see what the hell's up with that tree. You're telling me I did all that work and I can't even go to the tree? You're not gonna have a dungeon or something at the tree? So silly. Yeah, I didn't play it too much, but super cool. I definitely love games like that. Third Trio. Yes. Yeah, dude, we'll have to. Oh, Shelby, really? What happened? Why? Is it too grindy? I know that from what I remember, Shelby, we played 7 days, but most of the games that you like playing are more FPS based, right? Was it just too slow? Because like Ark is a game that I played. I'll play with you. Now, now I'll actually have a gaming schedule to play. So yeah, if you ever want to play, I'm down to play. But yeah, I played a lot of Ark too, and Ark was so fun. I love Ark. So many hidden caves, and that's what I love about Zelda is like I never know what I'm gonna run into. There's just endless things to explore. I love that. I love that. I'm a huge adventurer, and even when it came to like Ark and stuff like that, Chance would be like super into like getting our base built and shit, and I would be like, okay, we need to go find some secrets. We need to go go fuck some shit up. Are you on Xbox? Yes, I am. I think my gamer tag would just be Trippy Hippie 88, I think. I'll have to check. You have to stream playing too. I know the only game I've ever streamed was Superliminal, and I just played it in its entirety. It was super fun. Yeah, Shelby, did you attempt any of the quests? How do you reply? I think you can just at them. Okay, it looks like the live ended for half a second and we're back. You guys probably didn't even see that. Yeah, Shelby, well, what games are you playing now? You should jump into the finals. You don't have to. You can there's I mean, there's not a ton of people chatting, so it probably wouldn't be too difficult to know who's talking to who. I'm sure it'd be fine. But yeah, depending on what games you're jamming. But the finals in Dark and Darker, if you're ever into playing Shelby, might be kind of cool. Might be kind of cool. And also, how does this time work for everyone? I know it's not too much of a difference. I'm so used to going live at 5. I kind of wanted to keep it the same time for me and for schedule sake. Is this time fine for everyone for the lives? Cause it's not too late. It's not too late, but I just wanted to. Oh, you got into Helldivers, Shelby? Chance got into that for a little bit. Oh yeah. Chance hasn't played Apex for a very long time. He's definitely on Dark and Darker for sure right now. I think that's like almost all I've seen him play for a little bit. That and the finals. But yeah, we'll definitely have to jam some games. I really don't play games a lot. I used to play more, but I'm a very physical like if I have time, I'm like, oh okay, well I should just go do laundry or go clean this, or I'm just I don't know. Now that I'm here, I want to set, an actual schedule for like chill time, hang out, play games, um, just to create more organization in my life, and so I have time for some other things. Um, but yeah, I'll. Do you feel like sharing your gamer tag on here or no? I can't. If I just don't know it. I'm pretty sure it's Trippy Hippie 88. But I haven't logged into my. Try that. Try that. TRIPPYHIPPIE and then just 88. And also, are you in the Telegram? Because if it's not that, I would be happy to post it in the Telegram, or once you join the Telegram, we can connect through there, and then I can send you the gamer tag that way. No. Trust me, no. I might have like one. Let me know if it works though. Yeah, let me know if that works. And if it doesn't, I will figure it out and I will post it in the Telegram. Oh, you play Helldivers too, Sonny? Oh, dang. Yeah, I'm a little behind. I saw there was some sort of drama with it. I don't know what it is though. But yeah, I'm definitely. I'll have to try jamming more PC games. I mean, I have a PC that can handle it. I don't have a Telegram. Should I sign up? If you want, that is the way that the community stays in contact when we're not live streaming. I did just create a Discord, but it's so new that no one really uses it yet, and I use Telegram more than Discord. So if you want to be in the community chat, Telegram would be cool. There's like 82 of us or something in there, and that's where I'll post updates for live streams if like the times ever change. Or sometimes I'll just answer questions in there. People share experiences in there. It's just kind of a way for us all to stay connected and to connect with each other. But yeah, there's the thanks, Eric. Thank you, Eric. There is my resources link, so you should find somewhere on there the link to the Telegram chat. The only thing I hate about Telegram is they want my phone number, so does new Oh. Oh, Discord does too? Weird. Yeah. Telegram does require that, but I guess it kind of makes sense because it's like a little phone communication app. But I also think it does that for identification purposes in the app, like just in case you get locked out or something, because it knows which phone number is registered with Telegram, so it can help you if you ever get locked out of your account or something like that. So maybe that's why they need it. But yeah, and again, it's not necessary, but it is the easiest way to connect with everyone because I have a Facebook group, but who uses that now? Like I'll still post in it, but like there's nothing happening in that group. So yeah, we mostly use Telegram, and then I've been asked about Discord, so I created one. Oh, you're on the East Coast. Okay, sick. Awesome. Cool. Okay, so if that's the case, then I'll probably keep the live streams at this time. So it will be 5 p.m. Pacific time on Mondays. So that's when the streams will be. Let's see. You guys can follow me if you want. Oh, wow. Okay, shit. Liberty. Okay, I love this. Okay, we need to get a gaming group together. Okay. Everyone claims security in case you lose it. Every company does it now. Yeah, I definitely agree, John. For sure. I definitely agree. It's probably further than just security. But I think that's how, yeah, most social media platforms are as well, unfortunately. But I haven't had any issues with Telegram so far. I know Eric got locked out that one time for like months. What was it, like a whole year? God, it's so annoying. But yeah, it's not necessary at all. But that's the easiest place for me to post resources and links and connect with people. You can also email me if that feels better. And I'll email you back with my little gamer tag. Bye, Shelby. I love you. Thanks for hanging out. So good to see you. I think my Xbox profile shows. Oh shit. Okay. Wow. You're not fucking around. If I play Xbox games on the PC, does that still show up in my achievements when I play the Xbox? Probably, yeah, because it's on my account. Duh. Dang, I'll have to check it out then. I know, Chance showed me. Alright, guys, we've been streaming for 2 hours. So, I'm probably going to go. I still have to, well, when we moved in, the washer has been flooding every time we do a load. So I've got to clean up some water. But I love you guys. Yes, yes. I got you, John. I will go make a tasty tea and I will relax today. I love you guys. It's been so cool to see you guys again and hang out again. We stream every single Monday. We're coming back now that we are in Washington. I'm so excited. So it'll be live at 5 p.m. PST Mondays. I can't wait to see you guys again. I can't wait to see all that this new adventure brings us together. And thank you, John. I appreciate it. I love you guys so much. Thanks, Jacob. Thanks, John. It's so nice talking to everyone. Eric, thanks for your help. And I will see you guys later.